All right, welcome back to Sky Football Talk. I'm Danny.
And I'm Pam.
And Pam, we've got some really wild stuff to talk about today.
Absolutely.
You know, we like to dig into the latest football news, and today we are diving deep into the story of Olympique Lyonnais.
Ooh, Lyon.
7-time League One champions.
Yeah.
Regular contenders in those European competitions.
Absolutely.
Always there. And now,
They're facing
potential relegation to League Two.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of set the scene for everybody.
Yeah, a lot of people.
This isn't just any other news story. This is like an earthquake
in
the world of French football.
It's one of those where you kind of do a double take and you're like, wait, hold on. Did I read that right? What's going on? So yeah, for those of you who haven't been following along, let's break it down a little bit.
Yeah.
The DNCG, which is essentially France's financial watchdog for football, has slapped Lyon with a provisional relegation for the 2025-26 season.
Whoa.
So it's not just like a warning.
It's a real threat hanging over them.
Yeah, and the thing that makes it even crazier is that they're dealing with an immediate transfer ban and supervision of their wage bill. Like, oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
Imagine trying to turn around your club when you can't sign any players.
Yeah.
It's rough stuff.
And the thing is, all of this stems from this eye-watering 508 million debt.
Oh, wow.
Which is like roughly 424 million.
Okay.
And that's a lot of zeros.
A lot of zeros. And their player wages, the second highest in League One.
It's true. Yeah. And that's definitely
contributed to this financial turmoil.
Yeah. Not great.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
They've been pretty active in recent transfer windows.
That's true, which is kind of the thing that really blows my mind is they've been splashing the cash, bringing in these new players, and you're sitting there thinking, well, is this a deeper sort of mismanagement issue, or is this just a sudden, financial blip? Well, and it's not like the transfer ban has been in effect, so.
Right, exactly.
They were spending when they were in this bad spot.
Yeah, it throws fuel on the fire a little bit, doesn't it? Because it suggests that, there's something more systemic going on with their financial structure.
Right.
Maybe something's been brewing for a while.
Yeah.
And this is what I find really interesting. This isn't just a Lyon problem.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. It's kind of indicative of a wider trend in French football. Remember that TV rights deal that collapsed?
Oh, yeah.
That was huge.
Yeah.
And it sent shockwaves through the league. And now we're seeing these clubs, Bordeaux is another example, who's really struggling to stay afloat.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's almost like a domino effect, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
Like one shaky foundation and suddenly...
Right.
Yeah, things start to...
The whole structure is crumbling.
Crumble.
Right. And so speaking of shaky foundations...
Yeah.
Let's talk about John Textor, the American owner of Lyon.
Okay.
Because he's got some choices to make.
Yeah.
If he wants to pull them back from the brink.
He's definitely in the hot seat right now, isn't he?
Yeah, and those choices aren't... they're not easy.
Yeah.
You could sell out some of their best players.
Yeah, I mean, you look at players like Rayan Cherki or Malik Fofana, they could generate some serious cash.
Yeah.
But it's a risky move, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a huge risk.
Yeah.
Because you're selling off your future to solve your present issues.
Exactly. And, I mean, realistically, who's going to pay top dollar for players when they know you're desperate to sell?
Yep.
You're probably going to get lowballed.
Yeah.
Which further weakens your team, reduces their potential, and that directly impacts their ability to qualify for those lucrative European competitions like the Champions League, which is a crucial source of revenue.
Of course.
Especially for a club that's drowning in debt.
Yeah. So selling those big-name players,
it's
a risky move. So what's the alternative?
Right.
What else can he do?
Well, there's talk of him potentially offloading his 45% stake in Crystal Palace.
Oh, wow.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because you're essentially using Premier League money to prop up a League One club.
Right.
But it does raise some questions, doesn't it, about his long-term commitment to both teams.
Right. You start to wonder, where do his priorities lie?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, is he more invested in the English Premier League club?
Yeah.
Or is he...
Which is understandable. I mean, the Premier League's a global behemoth.
Of course.
It's a money-making machine, so you can see the appeal.
And it makes it even more interesting.
Yeah.
Is that he also owns Botafogo.
Right.
In Brazil.
And they're doing quite well, aren't they?
Right. And they're thriving.
Yeah.
despite a smaller budget.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's the secret sauce?
Yeah. What's he doing there that he's not doing with Lyon? Or is it, are they just completely different beasts,
Is this part of some master plan that we just don't understand yet?
Maybe he's playing 4D chess and we're all stuck on checkers. I don't know.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is a fascinating case study, I think. And before we go too far down this rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do want to remind everyone watching, if you're enjoying this deep dive into this crazy story about Olympic Lyonnais,
please
hit that like button. Share this video with your friends.
Share it.
This is Sky Football Talk.
We are.
I'm Danny.
I'm Pam.
And we love bringing you
the hottest takes.
The hottest takes and the deepest dive.
It's deepest dives.
In the world of football.
Yes.
So now back to this Lyon situation. We were talking about Textor and a steak in Crystal Palace. But the thing that really gets me is, is he truly committed to Lyon?
Yeah, is this a long-term thing, or is this a quick buy and flip?
Yeah, this is a passion project.
Right, exactly.
Or is it just business?
Business. Because you look at Botafogo, and they're doing so well under him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an anomaly, isn't it? When you compare it to the Lyon situation, you're like, is he applying the same principles, the same investment strategy to both clubs?
Right.
What's the deal there?
Because on the surface, it looks like Botafogo.
Yeah.
It's smart, sustainable growth.
Yeah.
Lyon is.
It's a bit more, like overspending and maybe some miscalculated gambles.
Yeah. And it, all this talk about financial issues and stuff reminds me of, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, but the whole Manchester City case.
Oh, yeah.
With the
Premier League, the
financial fair play. Yeah. It started back in 2023, 115 charges.
A lot of charges.
We're still waiting for the verdict.
It's been dragging on forever. It's insane. And that case is just a great example of just how complex these investigations are.
Yeah, they're not straightforward.
And the potential consequences are massive.
Not just for the club, but for the league as a whole.
Absolutely. I mean, it really just underscores those challenges, right? The balance between being financially stable and trying to stay competitive at the highest level. It's
like walking a tightrope.
Yeah.
Really. And it kind of, it begs the question, doesn't it? Like, are different leagues equipped to handle these situations?
Yeah.
Like, are the rules clear enough? Are they enforced consistently?
Yeah.
It's a big debate.
It's a debate that we could spend hours on, but
absolutely.
We've got a lot more to unpack about this Lyon situation.
So much more.
So stay tuned, because in part 2, we are going to dive even deeper into the potential consequences of their financial woes.
All the nitty-gritty details.
And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Yeah.
Turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single episode of Sky Football Talk. We will see you in part 2.
See you then.
Yeah.
It's easy to get lost in the numbers and stuff, but this provisional relegation, it's a real gut punch for Lyon, but
definitely,
it's not the end of the road. They've got until the end of the season to try and convince the DNCG that they can get their house in order.
So they've got some work to do.
Yeah, they've got to basically prove that they can, slash that debt.
Right.
And operate within a sustainable budget.
Yeah, and the DNCG...
And we've seen them.
...has shown that they mean business.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened to Bordeaux.
Exactly. That was
real...
a wake-up call, I think, for the whole league.
Yeah.
But Lyon, 7-time champions.
Yeah, a giant of French football.
Right. Like, would they really?
It's hard to say.
Make an example of themselves like that.
Lyon's legacy carries weight, no doubt about it. But the DNCG...
Right.
They're all about fairness.
Right.
Financial fairness. Yeah. And some might argue that they need to be even stricter with bigger clubs.
Right.
To set that example.
Right. To show that nobody is above...
Always above the rules.
The rules. Exactly.
It really is.
It's a high-stakes game of financial chess.
It is. And, beyond the club itself, right?
Yeah.
What about the human side of this?
Oh, absolutely.
But the players.
The fans, the staff, like the whole Lyon community.
Right. Like, how are they
maybe
reacting to all this?
Feeling the pressure. The fans are anxious, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
I mean, they've seen their club dominate French football.
Right.
For years.
Yeah.
Consistently challenging in Europe.
Mm.
And the thought of relegation, it's a tough pill to swallow.
It's like watching a giant.
It is. It is.
About teetering on the edge.
Yeah, about to fall.
Yeah.
And for the players...
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Distress.
The uncertainty. Like, you don't know if you're going to be playing for Lyon next season.
Right.
You might have to move, take a pay cut. It's a lot to deal with.
Especially those young players.
Yeah, the up-and-comers.
Who saw Lyon as that path,
Their pathway to the top.
To the top.
Yeah.
And Laurent Blanc.
Oh, the manager. He's in a pressure cooker right now.
Yeah. Talk about a test of leadership.
Yeah.
You've got to keep your team focused on winning.
Yeah.
But also manage the emotional fallout.
The mental side of it.
Right.
It's a balancing act, that's for sure.
Yeah. And it's not just Lyon.
Right.
I mean, this whole saga could really change how French clubs approach their finances.
I think for too long, maybe some clubs have been living beyond their means.
Right.
Chasing that short-term glory at the expense of long-term stability.
So is this the moment?
Could be.
Is Lyon the wake-up call?
Maybe this is the catalyst for change.
Right, where French football has to prioritize,
a bit more prudence.
Financial,
Yeah, responsibility.
I
mean, look, healthy competition is what makes football so exciting, right?
Of course.
But it can't come at the cost of financial ruin.
Right.
And Lyon is a stark reminder that even the biggest clubs are not immune to reckless spending.
So are we witnessing
potential,
like a turning point?
It's too early to say for sure.
Right.
But it's a conversation that needs to happen.
Yeah. A conversation.
This is a big deal.
That's bigger than just Lyon.
Absolutely. I mean, this story has implications that reach far beyond one club.
It's about financial fair play.
It's about the fragility of ambition when it's not backed up by
those financial
sound financial practices. Yeah.
And ultimately,
the question about the soul of modern football.
Yeah. Where do we draw the line?
Right. Like, where's that line between ambition and recklessness?
Right. Can clubs be competitive without going broke?
Without jeopardizing their future? These are questions that every club, every league
needs to be thinking about.
Needs to be grappling with.
Yeah. And as this story continues to unfold, we'll be here on Sky Football Talk.
Absolutely.
Giving you all the latest.
All the insights.
All the analysis. So make sure.
Hit that subscribe button.
To subscribe, hit that bell.
That notification bell.
Let us know what you think down in the comments.
Yeah. What are your predictions?
Yeah. We want to hear from you.
We always love hearing from you guys.
It's been quite the deep dive, hasn't it?
It really has. Lots to unpack.
Yeah. This whole Lyon situation. We've talked about the finances, the possible consequences.
The wider implications for French football.
Yeah, the whole picture.
Yeah.
But it's not over yet.
No, the story is far from over.
So for our viewers who want to kind of stay in the loop.
Stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah. What should they be watching for in the next few weeks, months?
I think keep an eye out for any official announcements from Lyon themselves, regarding wrongful player sales or restructuring of ownership, because those will be the telltale signs of how Textor plans to navigate this crisis.
So we're looking for actions.
Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we wait to see what moves they make, what about the bigger picture?
I think it's crucial to pay attention to how the DNCG handles other clubs facing similar financial difficulties.
Okay.
Because their decisions will set a precedent for how strictly they plan to enforce those financial regulations.
So Lyon's case could be a real turning point.
It could be a watershed moment.
Yeah, for French football.
Yeah.
Determining whether the league as a whole embraces a more sustainable model.
I think it's a defining moment for sure, and we'll be right here on Sky Football Talk, tracking every development, every twist and turn.
Absolutely. And don't forget to subscribe.
Hit that notification bell.
Hit that bell. Leave your predictions down below in the comments.
Yeah, we want to hear what you think.
We love hearing from you guys.
We always do.
Your insights are always welcome.
Absolutely.
So until next time, keep those football brains buzzing.
Yes. And remember, financial health is just as crucial as success on the pitch.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Pam. Thanks for joining me for another deep dive.
Always a pleasure, Danny.
And to all our viewers out there, thanks for tuning in to Sky Football Talk.
See you next time.